Today on the Morning Edition, former Governor Bill Walker is running for governor again and has a proposal regarding the PFD and how to handle it moving forward if he is reelected into office. We'll share the details. Plus, summer activities are beginning all across the state in the interior. Summerfest kicks off on Friday with a concert at Fort Wainwright. We'll let you know when and how to attend. And later, this couple got married and found a unique way to spend their free time, building a custom railroad system in their backyard, one that's functional and, in their own words, either runs the value of their home or makes it priceless, depending on the potential buyer. We'll take a look at their fun way of bonding as the Morning Edition starts now. Well, look at that, a backyard little railroad situation. That's so cute.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen something like that.
Me neither.
I guess it would make life a lot easier if you had like snacks come out on the little train.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's a good point. They'll
Right?
have snacks. Well, Wednesday was hot, and I hear there's another hot day ahead of us. What can we
yeah.
expect, Bailey?
Yeah, well, yesterday was actually the hottest day that we have seen since August of 2024. So think back to what you were doing back then. It's hard to imagine. But yeah, we have another day of even warmer temperatures ahead of us. But right now, as you head out of the door, temperatures in the mid-50s in Anchorage and into the interior, temperatures in the upper 40s. Now, this is, of course, the coolest part of the day. So as we progress past these cooler temperatures, we will warm up even more. Now, as we look at our hourly forecast ahead for areas like Anchorage, temperatures are going to rise up very similar to what they reached yesterday. Highs expected around 73 degrees today. Warmest part of the day is, of course, in the afternoon. About 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. is when you can expect more of that heat. Now, yesterday was a hot one, like we mentioned, and today is going to feel a bit like deja vu, not just with temperatures, but also with sky conditions. Now, there is one exception into southeast. More of these showers are building across the southeast region, and we're expecting even more of those to continue into Friday as well. But for the rest of the state, pure sunshine is ahead. More of these clouds rolling into portions of the north slope. But otherwise, we are looking ahead to more of this sun. So wear your sunscreen and drink your water, no matter where you are in the state. Temperatures are going to reach the low 70s into the interior and into Anchorage. But it's important to know that while one side of town may feel about 70 degrees, another part of town may feel a bit more like 76 to 77 degrees. So brace for some hotter temperatures ahead of us today, reaching into the 70s into areas like southwest Alaska, and then much, much cooler into the North Slope, where we're actually seeing a chance of some of that snow still lingering, even though we have officially started the summer season. Now, again, temperatures in southeast reaching about 57 degrees nearly everywhere. Those are much cooler temperatures than what we felt yesterday. So expect some more of those showers into areas like southeast. But in Anchorage today and for the next several days, temperatures will begin to cool off more and more, but gradually declining to their seasonal normal. So stay tuned and I'll have more coming up.
A federal judge sentenced an Anchorage man in a child pornography case that prosecutors say involved both real images and AI-generated material. The Justice Department says 32-year-old Anthony O'Connor was sentenced Wednesday to 70 months in federal prison and 20 years of supervised release. He pleaded guilty to receipt of child sexual abuse material. It's called CSAM. Prosecutors say O'Connor received images depicting prepubescent children from another offender who was an active duty airman stationed at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson. The Justice Department also says O'Connor had AI-generated depictions of child sexual abuse. Officials say messages in the case discuss viewing CSAM using a virtual reality system. O'Connor was in custody at sentencing and repeatedly interrupted the hearing with outbursts. The Justice Department says the FBI and the U.S. Air Force Office of Special Investigations investigated the case. A man in a sprawling drug trafficking case tied to what federal prosecutors call one of Alaska's largest rings was sentenced on Wednesday. Pasquale Giordano was sentenced to 2 years in federal prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. He remains out of custody for now and was ordered to turn himself in on a date that has not yet been set. After sentencing, Giordano declined an on-camera interview, but he told Alaska's news source, quote, "I'll do my time and go home. That's about it." Federal prosecutors say the case centers on an alleged organization run from a California prison cell. They say investigators seized large amounts of fentanyl, meth, and heroin during the investigation. Court filings say the broader investigation involves dozens of defendants and alleges drug shipments into communities across Alaska. The PFD has been one of Alaska's most divisive political fights for years. Now, former governor and candidate Bill Walker is offering his own plan for how to handle it. Political reporter Will Courtney tells us more about what Walker is proposing.
Former Governor Bill Walker has a new plan for the permanent fund dividend, a $10,000 dividend, but the program dies with it. Former Governor Walker is one of 17 candidates vying to be Alaska's next governor, and he's running alongside his former Revenue Commissioner, Andy Hoffbeck. Hoffbeck tells me a $10,000 dividend would cost the state about $6.5 billion, but this plan is also conditional on several factors, the most important of which, his re-election. If he gets reelected back into office, Walker says Alaskans would need to approve the plan on a survey. But then, since the draw comes out of the permanent fund, the legislature also needs to approve of the draw in a 3/4 vote. I did get to speak with both Walker and his running mate about the situation. This is what Hoffbeck described the PFD situation to look like.
The dividend is a 600-pound gorilla in the room that just, sucks all the air out of the room every time you try and come up with any kind of substantive fiscal solution for the state's deficit. And so there's really two things you can do. You can try and cage the gorilla, or you kick the gorilla out of the room.
Permanent fund dividend recipients are set to receive $1,000 from the dividend itself and then $200 as well in energy relief. Now, for more on this plan from former Governor Walker and on the state of the race, make sure you visit our website and our mobile app.
Well, we've had our campaign to help feed families across the state during the month of May. May No Child Go Hungry is benefiting food banks in Anchorage and Fairbanks. Lauren Maxwell has the numbers from Anchorage.
Well, this pile of food that you see here is just a small part of what was collected throughout the Anchorage community at businesses and just different places around town. But as I said, it's just a fraction. Let's take a look at the total numbers. More than 500 pounds of food was collected, and the food bank received nearly $12,000 in donations during the month of May. That money, it's enough to provide meals for 200 children throughout the summer.
We've got the summer, we have many children that rely on free and reduced price school meals during the school year, and now that summer is out, families are scrambling to try to figure out where to fill in those gaps. And at the same time, we always see lower donations in the summer come in because Alaskans are out enjoying our state. So this food could not come at a better time.
So again, the month of May may be over, but as you heard, the need doesn't go away. Food banks would greatly appreciate your donations. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
This year's May No Child Go Hungry campaign is also wrapping up in Fairbanks. The community food bank has fundraised nearly 26,000 pounds of food, exceeding their goals. The amount was calculated by treating every dollar received as a pound of food, creating a combined total. The fundraiser benefits children who can no longer rely on a daily school lunch during the summer. Kid-friendly food is added to every emergency box going to a family with children. Food bank CEO Ann Weaver says it has been a strong year.
When you've got gas prices that are over $5 and you've got all sorts of expenses and you still break 20,000 pounds of food, what an incredible event. What a great May, what an amazing community, and huge shout out to the TV stations for putting this together and really pushing it and making it work.
If you're still interested in donating, Weaver says the food bank can still put donations towards summer meals for kids if specified by a donor. We have more information on our website and our mobile app. Fort Wainwright Summerfest kicks off on Friday, but if you don't live on post, you will need to use a different gate to get on base. The free concert is meant to bring the military and civilian community together for music and more at the Chino Bend Golf Course. But as the main gate is on Gaffney Road and is going to be closed, civilians will need to enter through the gate on Montgomery Road off Badger Road. Parking will be at the airfield across from the venue, and drivers should be ready for vehicle inspections. Base officials are also reminding people to leave firearms and cannabis products at home.
This is an event where you don't bring in your own food or drink. We will have water here for filling up reusable water bottles. We have food trucks that will be here for food purchase. So there's drinks and food on the venue site. And then we'll make a few exceptions for things like baby food, bottles, that sort of thing.
People can start arriving on base at 4 p.m. and the event starts at 5. And in Anchorage, you have the free Live After 5 summer concert series downtown. Tonight, Denali Cooks will take the stage on F Street. Live After 5 runs every Thursday through the end of July with a lineup that also includes Hope Social Club and H3 later this summer. Some people slow down with age. 89-year-old Art Yulene is looking up, way up. Joe Allgood has a story of a man who wants to celebrate his next birthday above the clouds and possibly in the record books.
And a friend of ours up in Park City said, I told him we were looking for adventure. My wife and I were traveling a lot. We've traveled to 83 countries since I retired. And he said, you want adventure? Why don't you climb Kilimanjaro? And I just laughed. Me climb Kilimanjaro?
But he did it. And the soon-to-be nonagenarian is planning to do it again.
On my 90th birthday, I'm going to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to hike up to the summit. We're going to start at around 18,000 feet, and we'll go to 19,341. And the reason for getting up at 2 a.m. in the morning is we will stop somewhere along the way and watch the sun rise above the clouds.
A doctor by trade, Yulene had plenty of medical advice for the trip.
People ask, well, how are you going to get up that mountain? And the answer is really simple. You put your left foot in front of your body, you put the right foot in front of the left foot, and you repeat it 55,000 times.
He first climbed Kilimanjaro in 2011, seen here as their porters sing them back into camp. But he and his wife have been active for decades.
I would like to encourage older people to start living up to their potential instead of the stereotype. You know the stereotype, old age, decline, can't do this, can't do that. And I think it's time to put that away.
And after climbing the highest mountain in Africa, he says he might have to check the same box for North America.
20,000 something feet, right? I'm just waiting for an invitation.
Because he's not going to stop until the very end.
I want to be in perfect health until the day I die. Day after I die, I want my friends saying, what did he die of? He looked great yesterday.
Joe Allgood, Alaska's news source.
If Art makes it to the top on his birthday, he will become the oldest to summit the mountain, beating the previous record by 328 days. And summer has arrived here in Alaska with green trees, warmer weather, sun in the skies. It's easy to forget some of the little things. We'll share some helpful tips to not forget as we move into the warmer season coming up.
And today might feel a bit like deja vu with another day of sun on tap, along with more 70-degree temperatures. Be sure to stay tuned for the details.
Welcome back in. 16 minutes past the hour on this Thursday morning. Bailey, good morning. It was so warm yesterday. It was such a sunny day. I had such a good time. I went on a walk around my neighborhood and it was so beautiful. Is it gonna be the same today?
Oh yeah, we are expecting even more of that sunshine and these warm temperatures. So if through the forecast it seems a bit repetitive, that's because it is. As we look ahead, as we look behind, yesterday, one of the warmest days that we have seen in about 2 years, since August of 2024. So just think back to August of 2024 and think what you were doing at that time, because it hasn't been that warm since then. We reached 77 degrees, very, very warm, already skipping the 60-degree point and just going straight to those 70s. So for the rest of the day today, expect more of these warm temperatures. As I mentioned earlier in the show, some parts of Anchorage may see temperatures in the low 70s. Meanwhile, other parts of Anchorage may even see temperatures into the upper 70s. So it is going to be hot today with more of that sunshine ahead. These 70-degree highs reaching all the way into southwest Alaska. Meanwhile, areas like southeast are cooling down just a little bit more with these showers rolling in. Now we will see these temperatures begin to cool more and more with the next Arctic low moving in from the north. But in the meantime, we can focus on this warmth and all of these sunny skies ahead. So as I mentioned, that cool air is going to roll in from the north. That's going to progress through this week and then eventually into the weekend. But this will only bring us down to those normal temperatures that we typically see at this time of year. Clear skies are expected throughout most of the state, from the Aleutians all the way into the interior. Meanwhile, showers are expected across southeast today with that low pressure system just off the coast of southeast. Expect more showers rolling in. Heaviest amounts expected into areas like Juneau and into Sitka, with a few more of those showers expected into southern parts of the region. But as we look ahead into Friday, same conditions are expected. More of that wet weather in southeast. Areas to the west of the Aleutian chain can expect to see a few more of those clouds rolling in by today, and then showers expected by tomorrow. Now, with these warmer temperatures and very dry conditions expected across most of the state, but especially in southwest Alaska, we do have this red flag warning in effect for today from 1 p.m. all the way until 9 p.m. This is due to these warmer temperatures and very dry conditions. So if you use anything that could cause a fire or cause sparks, fire could spread very fast with these dry conditions. So just keep this in mind. It's going to be hot today and it is going to be dry. But one area where we're not seeing any dry conditions are to the southeast of the state. That low pressure system is ramping up some of these winds, mostly off the coast of southeast. More of those showers are expected to roll in through the day. Again, heaviest amounts of rain are expected into areas like Juneau and into Petersburg, but for the most part, drier conditions and slightly lighter amounts of rain are expected for other parts of the region. Into the interior, plenty of that sunshine is expected. Meanwhile, temperatures are much, much cooler below that freezing point into the North Slope. That chance of snow showers is likely throughout the day. Again, sunny skies continuing out through the western coast of Alaska with that red flag warning in effect. Mostly sunny skies through the Aleutians and mostly sunny skies expected across south central. Highs are going to reach into the 70s across every portion of the region. So brace for these higher temperatures near 80 degrees into the Matsu Valley. And in Anchorage, we'll see these temperatures in the low 70s. So stay tuned and I'll have more coming up.
With the sun and warmer weather like yesterday's, you're going to see a lot more people outside on bike trails and along roadways. Sarah Peniston Tursick, with Safe Kids Alaska talks summer safety and items to have before heading out the door.
Summer is here. We're so excited. This weather's amazing. And just some great reminders for families as you prepare to go out and about and enjoy the amazing state of Alaska. Just a reminder, those kiddos need to be buckled up in their car seats and booster seats. And I almost guarantee they've grown over the winter. So it's a great time to have your car seats and booster seats checked to make sure they're adjusted correctly for your children and that they're installed correctly in your vehicle. Another thing we like to talk about with summertime travel is that it's road construction season. So your trip might take longer than it would when it's not road construction season, which is why you've got to be prepared. Remember, whether you're on the trails or in the car, stay hydrated. Have your water bottles with you so that you don't get dehydrated on your trip. If you're out biking and on the trails, it's even more important to have that water with you. And remember your bike helmet. In the municipality of Anchorage, we actually have an ordinance that requires bicycle helmets on riders age 15 and under on any public pathway, which is almost anywhere other than your yard. Another reminder is visibility while you're on the bike. We love it when people have their reflective gear on while they're riding. Makes you stand out even more to drivers and lets folks know that you are there. We've got bears in Alaska and they're out and active. Carrying bear spray, but especially knowing how to use it if you're carrying it, is something that we all should be doing to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Another great reminder is your bear bells. Hook them on your jeans, your pants, your backpacks, whatever you're carrying, so that those bears know that you're around. We don't want to surprise them, just like we don't want them to surprise us. Other reminders for these amazing sunshiny days are your sunscreen, your sunglasses, especially if you're going fishing. Make sure you've got your eye protection on. And in the car, have a first aid kit, or in your backpack. Carry it with you so you've got readily accessible materials. We've got some basic tools in case there's a breakdown on the side of the road. Another marvelous reminder is make sure your spare tire is aired up appropriately and ready for use, and that you know how to use your jack and other tools needed to change a tire.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcasts from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting. Available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.